Somewhere along the way, millions of people started feeling like they were failing at life, while doing everything society told them to do. Go to school, get the degree, get the career, buy the house, finance the car, have the children, work harder, save a little, retire eventually. And yet, there are people making what used to be considered good money who still feel like they can barely breathe. Too rich to qualify for assistance, too poor to feel secure. They make too much for food stamps, but not enough to comfortably afford groceries. Too much for housing assistance, but not enough to comfortably own a home. Too much to be considered struggling, but not enough to stop struggling. And maybe that's why so many people feel emotionally exhausted all the time. Because they're carrying the financial weight of a lifestyle they never truly stopped to question. Not because they're lazy, not because they're stupid, but because they followed the script society handed them. And what if the script itself is expensive? What if many people aren't broke because they're irresponsible? What if they're broke because the modern definition of a normal life has become financially unsustainable? Think about it. A 30-year mortgage, car payments, insurance payments, daycare payments, student loans, subscriptions, utilities, property taxes, medical bills. And then society looks at people drowning under all of that and says, "Why aren't you happier?" Maybe because survival disguised as success is still survival. And before someone says, "Well, nobody forced people to buy homes or have children," you're right. But social pressure is powerful. People are often rewarded socially for looking successful long before they actually feel free. And freedom and appearance are not the same thing. Some people have beautiful homes and no peace. Some people have degrees and no time. Some people have careers and no identity outside of work. Some people spent so much time building the life they were told to want, they never stopped to ask themselves what they actually wanted. That's the uncomfortable conversation. Whose standard are you trying to live by? What kind of life actually makes sense for you? Not Instagram, not politicians, not corporations, not your family, not society. You. Because maybe the goal isn't to earn more just to afford more bills. Maybe the goal is to need less. Maybe real wealth isn't luxury. Maybe real wealth is owning your time, lowering dependency, reducing stress, having space to think, having room to create, being able to breathe. And maybe that's why more people are beginning to rethink everything. Some people are asking, what if I skipped the oversized mortgage? What if I bought land instead? What if I learned how to grow some of my own food? What if I reduced my dependency on systems that keep me financially anxious? What if success isn't climbing higher inside the machine, but needing the machine less? Now listen carefully. This isn't about escaping society and living in the woods. This is about becoming conscious, because unconscious living is expensive, financially, emotionally, spiritually. And maybe the greatest trap isn't poverty. Maybe the greatest trap is spending your entire life financing an identity you never intentionally chose. And perhaps that's why so many people feel empty, even when they finally make it, because the soul knows when it's performing. So tonight, I'll leave you with this. If nobody was watching, if society stopped grading your life, if status disappeared tomorrow, what would your life honestly look like? What would you keep? What would you release? What would finally feel like freedom to you? Because maybe your real life begins the moment you stop blindly inheriting someone else's definition of success. If something in this conversation touched a quiet truth inside of you, don't just scroll away from it. Like this video, subscribe, and share it with someone else who may be carrying the weight of a life they never stopped to question. Because sometimes all it takes is one small shift in your inner compass to move a person closer to peace, clarity, and joy. Until next time, choose the life that feels true to you. Gabby.